Hello, Winnie. It's a yellow day today, is it?
Hello.
啊？他说什么？
I beg your
Winnie,
pardon.
can you do the first one? Oh, I said it's a yellow day today.
What do you mean by yellow day?
Can you guess?
他说
Because do you mean I wear the yellow clothes?
That's correct. I'm just being silly, Winnie. There is no such thing as there's no yellow day. Now, teenagers, what's a teenager?
The people aged in 13 to 19.
Good. So teenagers have to learn how to something school studies with spending time with their friends. Jingle, jiggle, jungle or juggle.
Jingle.
No. What does jingle mean? Do you know what a Christmas carol is?
What? Is the ring or not?
There's a Christmas song. We call them Christmas carols. And one of it is called Jingle Bells, Jingle All the Way.
Oh. I know that.
That's what everybody sings at Christmas. Mm. Anyway, that's jingle. Jingle means the sound of a bell, like ding. So a bell can jingle. Now, so which of the three others might you choose?
Is C or D? I'm not sure.
C is jungle. What's a jungle?
It means a lot of trees.
That's right, so where animals are. So you've got two choices, jiggle or juggle.
Juggle.
Yeah, that's correct. Do you know the literal meaning of juggle? Do you know what a juggler is? Think of circus.
Don't know. I don't sure know what it is.
Just a minute. Here we are. That's a juggler. So if you are juggling something, you're doing that. Do you understand? All right. So he is a juggler who is juggling things. Now, you tell me without using the word juggle what he's doing. So describe what he's doing. He is what?
Throwing assets. He's throwing things in the air and catching them.
That's right. That's all it is. So he's throwing things in the air, and that's called juggling. Okay. No, and people that can do that are very clever. I'm sure you could do it if you tried, Winnie. You should learn. Anyway, back to. Sorry, that's the yellow. All right. So juggle is correct. So if you juggle school studies with spending time, it means that you do both successfully. So he's doing his schoolwork and he's also spending time with his friends. So that's juggling. So a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So 50-50. Something like that. So that's juggling. And he's able to do both. So that is the correct answer. Now what does jiggle mean? We had jingle and jungle and juggle. So now jiggle.
You push something lightly.
Yeah, and it wobbles. Do you know jelly?
Yes.
Or jelly, if you shake jelly, it wobbles. So if you shake jelly, it wobbles. Okay? Now, have you ever heard of the Wiggles? Have they ever been to Taiwan, the Wiggles?
I don't hear it before.
No. In Australia, they were very popular. They still are, actually. They're singers that sing for little children, sort of 4 to 5-year-olds. And all these people, they're ex-teachers. What does that mean, they're ex-teachers? What does ex mean?
Before they are singers, they are teachers.
Correct.
In school.
So they used to be teachers. Now all these people, they're multi-millionaires. So they're millionaires many times over because little children love them. And they're called the Wiggles. And that's the name, the Wiggles, that appeals to children. Children like it. It's quite interesting. Right. So, all right. So that jiggle means that it wobbles. Okay. I think that's enough. Thank you very much, Winnie.
Thank you.
Rita.
Hi.
If two people instantly like each other, you can say they hit it off. Sorry, hit each other, hit it off, hit out at each other, or hit it out.
The answer is B.
Yeah, hit it off.
Yeah, hit it off.
That's just one of those slang expressions. What does it mean in your words?
In your words.
It means they meet at first sight and
Yes.
become close friends.
That's correct. So they like each other. It could be boy, girl, could be girl, girl, boy, boy.
Could be girl, girl, boy, boy.
It means you can be friends or lovers. They hit it off, they do very well.
They hit it off, they do very well.
Now, if they hit out at each other, what does that mean?
Out at each other, what does that mean?
Is that positive or negative?
They fight.
Is that positive or negative?
That's right.
They fight
That's right.
each
They
other.
fight.
That's right. That's right. They fight.
Have you been to America?
Have you been to America?
For 1 month.
Okay. Did you hear these? Did you hear that in America? They hit it off.
Did you hear that in America? They hit it off.
No.
Well done.
Well done.
Do you know what juggle meant?
Do you know what juggle meant?
Circus.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Rita.
Jungle man.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
That's all right. Thank you.
That's all right. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Sylvia.
Sylvia.
Hi.
Hi, Sylvia. A teenager.
Teenager.
Yes.
All right. She's talking about her best friend and herself. The fact that we have something shows how close we are to each other. We're like sisters. Regular clashes, constant fight, occasional tiffs or frequent quarrels.
I think it's the occasional tips.
Correct. How do you know? Sorry.
Correct.
What does that mean?
Sorry. What does that mean?
It means we might occasionally have some fight.
Yeah, just a little fight. A tiff is just a little argument. So we had a tiff. It doesn't mean a big one. It's just a little argument. Usually, you get over it quickly. Now, a clash is different. A clash is a big fight. So if you had a big row or a big argument, we say a big row, not row here, row. A row is an argument. So a big row, that can also be called a clash.
Okay.
A fight is a sort of a bad argument. A quarrel is a bad argument. But clash is probably the worst. So a clash is if you like, plus plus, and the fight and the others are plus, and this one is plus minus. Okay? So that's in severity. In severity, clash is the worst. Tiff is the least. It's the easiest to make friends again. So occasional tiff. Now, Sylvia, do you have a girlfriend or boyfriend?
No.
All right. Do you have friends?
Yes.
All right. Now, do you have occasional tiffs with them?
Almost. Yes.
Yeah. It's almost always, because it's very hard to be friends without sometimes having an argument. Okay?
Okay.
Do you think you are an easy person to get on with?
I think yes.
Why?
Because I can be lonely.
You have a pleasant personality.
Oh.
Thank you, Sylvia. Tina.
Good morning.
I'm sure you have a pleasant personality as well.
Thank you.
Tina, jeans and t-shirts can be worn by both boys and girls. They are something clothes. Monosex, unisex, polysex, anysex.
Unisex.
Correct. Good. So unisex. Explain to me in your words what that means. So is clothes a unisex?
还是问第一个吗？
Can you say again?
All right. Tell me what unisex means in your words.
Something can used by both girl and boys.
Good. Other than clothes, can you think of another example? So clothes is one. Anything else?
Let me think. Glasses.
Yeah. And a bicycle or a moped.
Bicycle.
You call them mopeds? No moped?
Bicycle. You can two people ride it.
All right. What do you call a bike for two?
Huh? Bicycle too.
Yes, so there's a name for it. You know what it is?
Oh. Yes.
So what do you call it? Special name. Begins with T. And it's called a tandem. Bicycle. So a tandem bicycle has got two seats. And two people can ride it. They're not very popular. They're difficult to ride actually, but you see them if you're a tourist. People often like using them because they can go together. The person at the front does most of the work actually. But anyway, so have you ever seen one of these?
Yes.
All right. They're popular in holiday places. Do you have to wear bike helmets in Taiwan?
Usually not.
So it's not the law. It's not forced.
它有强制戴安全帽。Don't know. Maybe. Yes.
Okay. In Australia, it's compulsory.
Huh?
That means you must wear them, otherwise you get a fine. So now, what do you call this in Taiwan? Or what do you call it in English in Taiwan? I call it a moped. But what's the name that you know?
I don't know.
All right. What's the difference between this and a bicycle?
It can used by electronic.
It's got a motor.
Eh? Oh, motor.
So you could motor.
Oh,
You could call it a
engine.
small. Yeah, small. All right, a small engine. You could call it a small motorbike if you want. But we also use this term moped. I don't know what moped means, but it means anyway. So those are very popular in Taiwan. Is that correct?
I seldom see that.
All right. So what? Do you have a bike?
Oh, yes.
What sort of bike is it? Just an ordinary bicycle?
And yes, normal bicycle.
Okay. So you're very fit.
Fit?
Yep, fit.
You mean what? My bicycle?
You ride your bicycle, so you are fit.
Oh yeah. Maybe not.
What does fit mean?
Healthy.
All right. When you are fit, what happens to your pulse rate?
Pulse. What happened to your
Do you know?
pulse?
Right. Do you know what a pulse is?
Heartbeat.
Correct. So what happens to your heartbeat? Does it go up or
Like
down?
Out. Up.
It goes up when you're exercising. But what about when you're not exercising? Normally it's about 70 per minute. If you're fit, it goes down to 60 or less. Because you're fit. Okay?
Oh, okay.
All right. Do you have a pulse, Tina?
Yes, everybody has.
All right. What do you call people that do not have a pulse?
Someone is dead.
That's correct. Or a vampire.
Oh.
What's a vampire?
You can see it in Halloween.
Yes, but what is it?
It will suck your blood.
Correct. So they eat blood or drink blood.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Tina.
Thank you.
10.
Hello, Nicholas.
I hope you're not a vampire. Actually, Chen, if you were a vampire, what would happen if you were in the sunlight? If you were a vampire? So if you were a vampire, what would happen to you if you're in the sunlight?
I may disappear.
Yeah, you burn up and die.
Yeah.
Vampires live at night. Anyway, teenagers often talk about things that are something. In other words, irritating them. Hugging, mugging, or tugging.
I think it's bugging.
Correct. Something's bugging you. It means it's irritating. It's annoying you.
Yeah.
What's hugging?
To hold each other with patience.
Yeah. Mugging?
Mugging. To rub.
Yes, that's right. And tugging?
To pull hard.
Yes, that's right. So this little dog is tugging on a what? What's that? Begins with I got 4 letters.
Rope.
Yeah, rope. That's good. Do you like dogs, Chen?
Yeah. It's cute.
How about cats?
Not really.
Just a minute. This is my cat. It's usually out playing, but it's having a sleep today. It's 4 years old and it's skinny.
We cannot see him
Sir?
or her.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, but we cannot see her face. It's a she, right?
Yes, it was.
Can you make her meow?
No, it meows when it wants. It won't meow on. Very friendly cat. It sheds its fur everywhere. So if it sits on me, I get fur all over me. Okay. Thank you, Jen.
Welcome.
And Angela.
Hello, Nicholas.
Hello. Colloquial. Do you know what that means? Colloquial word?
看得到的，你可以。
Nicholas,
we have a cat here.
Have you got a cat? Why you got a cat?
看得到。这，在哪里？看到吗 ？OK， 好，看。
Is Angela gone?
It's easy words for everybody to understand.
Yes. Yeah, it's slang word actually. So a colloquial word, it means that yes, it's easy to understand and it's often a slang word. Can you give me an example?
I don't know.
In Australia, we might say that you're a nice Sheila.
What is nice, Sheila?
Sheila is a word for a woman. It's not a common word. It's not always positive. So if you are lower class, what does that mean? Lower socioeconomic class.
I don't know.
Do you know what socio means? Socioeconomic?
I know economic. I don't know socio-economic.
All right. Socioeconomic means that we've got upper, middle, and lower class. Do you know what class means in respect to culture?
Yes.
Well, what does it mean?
Categories.
More or less. So, an upper class speaks well. Hello, how are you? It is a nice day. How are you today? And you might answer, I'm very well. I'm Angela. I live in Taiwan. So they have a they're often snobs. You know what a snob is?
No.
If you look down on someone as less than you, you're a snob.
Oh.
So I
Yes,
have a
I
better
know.
car. I have a bigger house.
Mm.
Snobs are often upper class. Middle class is normal. You have a reasonable job, a
Okay.
reasonable income, and you're reasonably educated. Lower class means that you are, not always, but you're not educated very well, you don't speak very well, and sometimes you are unemployed. So
Okay.
that's talking, yeah, so we talk about socioeconomic. And that means social economic class. So lower socioeconomic class means lower social group, lower economic group. Okay?
Okay.
Often these people use a lot of slang. And we might say, read that to me. She's a nice...
She's a nice Sheila and he's a nice bloke.
That's right. Now that's colloquial. Bloke is a slang word for a man in Australia. A Sheila is a woman. So they would say, she's a nice Sheila and he's a nice bloke.
Okay.
So anyway, so that what colloquial means. Now, if somebody is modern, stylish, and always stays calm, just like you, Angela, you're modern, stylish, and always stay calm, what are you, chilly, tepid, lukewarm, or cool?
Cool.
That's right. So if you're cool, it means you'll look good, smell good, and you're stylish and calm and so on. Now, say that you're not. You're not modern, you're not stylish, and you don't stay calm. What's the opposite word? Add 2 letters.
Uncool.
Yeah, we sometimes say, oh, she's uncool. Now, these are words for heat. Or, sorry, these are words for, if you like, lack of heat. Like, we could say chilly water, tepid water, lukewarm water, or cool water. Which is the coldest?
Chili.
Good, chilly. Which is the hottest?
Tepid.
Probably. Tepid and lukewarm are very similar. So if you're going to bath a baby, how do you make sure the water is okay, the right temperature? What do you do to make sure the water is the right temperature to bath a baby?
You have to touch the water first.
With what?
With your hand.
Yeah. Some mothers use their hands, some mothers use their elbow. So they put their elbow in because they say it's a better, it's an easier way to test temperature than your hand. I don't know. But a lot of Australian women put their elbow in to test the bath water to make sure it's not too hot for the baby. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Have you ever given a bath to a baby, Angela?
No, I haven't.
A joy yet to come. Thank you, Angela.
Okay. Thank you.
Now, we are going to talk today about the green economy. Let's find it. Now, who will control the green economy? Will a great big technological transformation bring about a green economy to help us save ourselves and our planet? Or will it serve those already controlling today's greed economy? Now, there's two concepts there. There's a green and a greed economy. Shannon.
Nicholas, sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt.
Yeah.
Can we take a break because you are beginning to talk about an article and it's 10 already. So can we take a short
all right.
break before we start?
All right.
Yeah, okay.
10 minutes.
5 minutes perhaps.
10 minutes.
10 minutes,
5
okay.
minutes then. Or 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. Okay. Now we've got two concepts, a green economy and a greed economy. Shannon, are you back?
Hi.
What's a green economy?
Green economy is that when you use something that you can recycle. You use something that can recycle, or the product won't harm our planet.
Correct. What's a greed economy?
Greed economy.
What does greed mean?
Greed. It means that you never get enough. You want more and more.
Correct. So a greed economy is exactly that. You want more and more.
Okay.
Right. So which are you, green or greedy?
What?
Are you greedy
Me?
or are you greedy?
or are you green?
Green.
Both.
That's good.
Green.
Thank you, Shannon.
Thanks.
So it's asking, will a great green technological transformation bring about a green economy to help save ourselves? So they're saying a green economy will help save ourselves, the world. In other words, everybody in the world. Shannon, what is the population of the world at the moment, roughly? How many people?
多少？60 billion or more. 63.
60 billion?
60 billion.
Or more. More than 60.
6 billion. Shannon, how old are you now? 20?
How old are you now? 20?
19.
19, so you're still a teenager. In 2050, you will be how old?
You will be how old?
几岁啊？
54.
56.
35 plus 19.
35
Sorry.
plus 19.
No, that's right. You're not very good at maths. Mind you, you know that. Now, anyway, in 2050, apparently there will be about 9 billion people on the planet. So the population will increase by 1/3, roughly. We don't know. We may have a big war or something in the meantime. Who knows? Anyway, now it says, or will it serve those already controlling today's greed? Who does, or what does it refer to? What does it refer back to? Look at the first sentence.
Great green
Yep,
technological
okay,
transformation.
Okay, that's it.
And what do those refer to?
And what do those refer to?
Does it refer back or refer
Does it
forward?
refer back or refer forward?
What did you mean?
All right, those it's called a reference.
It's called a reference.
Or a reference word. So is it referring back to somebody or something, or forward to somebody or something? What, in other words, what does it refer to? Or who does it refer to?
Back.
Mm-hmm. It's the object of the sentence. Remember, we have subject, verb, object. This is the object of the sentence. So it's referring to
What?
it's referring to those people who already control today's greed economy. So who or what controls the greed economy? Who's responsible for it, or mainly? It begins with B and ends in double S.
business.
Big business, correct.
Big business, correct.
Oh dear, just a minute. Thank you. Sorry about that. Okay, so big business is what I was trying to say. So big business controls the greed economy. They're the ones mainly responsible. Now, the issue, in the lead up to the June 2012 Earth Summit Rio 20+20, the notion, that means the idea, of a great green technological transformation enabling a green economy is being widely promoted as the key to the planet's survival. The big idea is to replace the extraction of petroleum with the exploitation of biomass, food, fiber crops, grasses, food residue, forests, So the biomass is food and fiber crops, grasses, forest residues, plant oils, algae, etc. Okay, so that's what is meant by the biomass. So where am I up to? Shelley.
Hello.
Hello. Shelley, what does etc. mean?
For example.
No. Something else.
Etc.
These are examples. Does etc. mean they're finished, or are there more?
Etc.
Yeah. So it means.
There have more to come.
That's right, more to come. Now, we never write etc. We never write the full thing. We just write etc. with a little dot after it. Shelley, what does the little dot mean? It's not a full stop, because it's not the end of a sentence. Americans call that a period. But what does it mean in there?
To abbreviate.
That's right. It's a short word. So should I write Shelley full stop? Are you abbreviated?
No.
Correct. Now, do you know what petroleum is, Shelley?
I don't know.
Do you know petrol?
Oil.
Yeah, it's what you put in your car, petroleum. Americans call it fuel or gas. It's not really gas, but that's what the Americans call it. They like calling things strange names. So, do you know what extraction means?
To get the fuel from
That's right. So it's to get something out. Now, extraction of petroleum means to get oil out of something. Now, Shelley, where does oil come from?
From the ground.
Right. Who put it there, or what put it there? What do scientists think?
I don't know.
Do you know what a dinosaur is?
Yes.
All right. The scientists think it is dead dinosaurs. They rot, and they produce oil. That is the theory. So, Shelley, were there dinosaurs in your life?
No.
In your lifetime? Well, how long ago?
60 million.
That's right. So 60, 70 million years, a long time ago. So the big idea for a green economy is to replace the extraction of petroleum. So let's stop using petroleum. And Shelley, what are we going to use?
What?
So if we don't use petroleum, so if we replace petroleum, stop using petroleum and oil, what can we use in its place? So what can we use to substitute for oil?
Wind.
All right.
Fire.
Wind is one thing, but what is the text saying?
The total of organisms.
Yes, the biomass. Now give me 3 examples of biomass, of things that make up biomass. So 3 examples. Actually 4 examples, 5 examples. What are they?
Salt.
So if you like, I could put EG in there. That means 4 examples. So give me 5 examples. They're written there for you.
corpus, grass,
Yeah. Yeah.
forest residues, plant,
Gone. And
algae,
right, I want you to choose one of those and tell me what it means. So do you want crops, grasses, forest residues, plant oils, or algae? Or algae? So which one do you want to tell me what it means?
crops,
All right, what are crops?
it's a plant,
That's right. And what do we do with it?
born land,
We grow them, then we... So you can make flour and eat them, or you can use them for biomass. I'll come back to that in a minute. Thank you, Shelley. That's enough for you.
thank you.
Emily.
Hi.
Choose one of these three. Algae, plant oils, forest residues. Tell me what it means. So which one do you choose?
Algae.
All right, what's algae? You can say this, it can be algae or algae. Some people say one thing, some people say another, so it doesn't matter. So what is it, or what are they?
They are kind of plants in the sea.
Or, yeah, that's right. So this green stuff is algae. And is it dry, wet, slimy? Two of those words. Right, it's wet and...
What is slimy?
It feels yucky. You touch it and it's sort of like oily. Have you touched algae ever, Emily?
Yes.
Is it nice?
A little bit disgusting.
Right, slimy. So a little bit disgusting, correct. Slimy is negative. We sometimes say that person is a really slimy person. Not a nice person, not to be trusted. Now, do you know what biomass means? Or can you guess?
About biology.
Yes, it's a sort of a biological... What? Yeah, I just heard that, and yes, that's correct. A biological
resource.
Energy source.
Energy.
Okay. So at the moment we're using petroleum as an energy source. You could actually say that that petroleum is a biological, it's not really, but petroleum is an energy source. Now, Emily, how do we get energy out of oil? What do we do to it? So how do we get energy from it?
To
What do we have to...
burn the.
That's correct, we burn it. Okay, thank you, Emily.
Thank you.
Flower.
Hi, Nicholas.
Hi. How do we get energy out of the biomass?
Biomass. Biomass.
So we said it's a biological energy source.
Is a resource.
What do we have to convert it into? Convert means change. So we've got food, fiber crops, grasses, forestry, plant oils. What do we have to convert it to make it into energy? What do we make it into?
Oil.
That's right. We make it into oil. Oil or alcohol? Or both?
Alcohol.
Yeah. Alcohol is energy. We burn things. So we can burn oil, you can burn alcohol as well, or you can drink it. Most people like drinking it. You can also burn it. So, and that's biomass. So it's another, instead of using oil, is oil going to last much longer, Flower? How long do you think it is before the world runs out of oil? How much longer?
Very, very long.
Perhaps 50 years if we're lucky. Then no more.
Then more.
So we need biomass. We have to grow it. Now,
Yeah.
that's good. We want to grow it. Now, what's the difference between petroleum oil and biomass oil? What's the difference?
Biomass oil is more efficient.
Yes, but there's something else more important than that.
Biomass oil is covered by food crops, and the petroleum oil is covered by animals.
Yes, keep going.
And produce biomass oil is much more fast.
Yes, but keep going. You've not used the word I'm looking for yet. I've written it there for you.
Biomass oil is replaceable.
What does that mean, replaceable?
Replaceable. And because it can be recycled.
Not recycle, something else. Not reused either.
It can be returned to the nature.
Yeah, but we can't replace oil.
Yeah.
It's all gone and we have no more dinosaurs. How do we replace these? What do we do? It begins with G and it's got 4 letters. There's a 4-letter word beginning with G that replaces green biomass. If you chop down a tree, how do you get a new one? If you chop down a tree, how do you get a new one?
Plant a new one.
All right. If you plant it, what happens?
It takes a long time to grow up.
It grows.
Grow.
So we replace biomass by regrowing it. You can regrow crops, you can regrow grasses, you can regrow wood. You can make more plants, you can make more algae. So you regrow it. So it's replaceable biologically. If you like, it's a form of replaceable energy. I think Emily or Shannon said, Emily or Shelley said wind power. That's also replaceable. Wind is never going to go away, which is great. Neither hopefully will biomass. So hopefully we can use biomass, thank you, Flower, to make energy in the future. Now proponents, that means people who want this to happen. So proponents envision, they see a post-petroleum future, a future after. Post means after. So people who are promoting this see a future after petroleum where industrial production of plastics, chemicals, fuels, drugs, energy, all these things, plastics, chemicals, fuels, they're all made from oil. Or if you like, they're all made from petroleum. So in fact, they're synthesized. If you synthesize something, you make it in a particular way. So they use petroleum and they synthesize plastics, chemicals, fuels, drugs, and energy. They synthesize, they make it from now. If we have biomass, it's replaceable energy. And so people, proponents who see after petroleum, where industrial production of all these things depends not on fossil fuels are petroleum, remember, but on biological feedstocks. These are all feedstocks. So they can be used as food, but they can also be used to produce energy. So it replaces on transformed, synthesized through high technology bioengineering platforms. So using bioengineering, we change these things into all these. We can use biomass to make drugs, energy, chemicals, and plastics. Now, bin.
Good morning, Nicholas.
Good morning, bin. What's a fossil fuel?
Fossil fuel.
Dead what?
怎么讲啊？Fossil fuel is extracted from Earth.
Yes. That's a fossil. That was a dinosaur. Is it still alive? No, it's dead. When you're dead, you rot. What do you call this? What's left? A dinosaur what? Begins with S. SK.
Dinosaur skeleton.
That's right, a skeleton.
That's right, a skeleton.
Now, Bin, when you go, you will become a skeleton.
You will become a skeleton.
So anyway, so this is a fossil. It's what's left when it's, in fact, it's more than that. It's fossilized. So in other words, it's been preserved for millions of years because of rock. It got caught in rock or something. It's fossilized. So that's a fossil. We also have other fossils like this one. This is a fossil. This was a sea creature, very old, and it got trapped in rock. It got trapped in rock, and the rock converted it into a fossil. And it takes thousands of years. So these are fossils. And that's what are called fossil fuels. The theory is that dinosaurs were turned into petroleum over millions of years by pressure from rocks. That's the theory. Whether it's true is another question. But anyway, fossil fuels are fuels, oil, from fossils. That's the theory. Now, so we're hoping in the future, when the oil's gone, post-petroleum, that these biological feedstocks, biological food stores, will be transformed with high-technology bioengineering platforms. What is bioengineering?
The engineering about what?
Yes, engineering biology. That's right.
Biological.
That's right.
Yes, biological engineering, exactly. So, Bin, if you lost your arm, sometimes bioengineering, biological engineering, in the future will be able to give you a replacement. You'll grow one. In your lifetime, it is likely that organs, body organs like the arm or the liver, will be grown. So that is no longer science fiction. We're now growing livers. We're growing arms. There's still work to do, but bioengineering is very powerful. And eventually, what's a donor? So if you needed a new heart, what's a heart donor?
The person who donates his heart.
That's right.
Okay.
So soon that won't be necessary. High technology bioengineering will give a new heart. That's a little bit in the future, but so is biomass engineering. They're hoping that in the next 20 years, that soon we'll be using all these to make petroleum. Now, many of the world's largest corporations and most powerful governments are promoting use of new technologies. Genomics, nanotechnology, synthetic biology to transform biomass into high-value products. Now, Bin, choose one of those and explain it. So you've got three: nanotechnology, synthetic biology, and genomics. I'm not going to talk about synthetic biology. That just means using biology to make things. So which do you want, genomics or nanotechnology? And Chen, you get asked the other one. So Bin is going to tell us one, genomics, and you're going to tell us the other, Chen. So which do you want, Bin?
Nanotechnology.
All right, what does that mean, nanotechnology?
What does that mean, nanotechnology?
Nanotechnology is the technology to control very tiny 物质的英文 very tiny material.
Yeah, so you use microscopic actually.
You use microscopic actually.
Microscopic biological machine
Microscopic biological machines
to make things.
to make things.
Now they're
They're
actually
actually
do you know
Do you know
what a nanometer is? So sometimes we saw a nanometer.
Nanometer.
Yeah, how long is it? 10 to the minus
How
what?
long is it? 10 to the minus what?
Nano. 哇，
Something very tiny, very small.
It's 0.00000000001 meter. So it's 1 nanometer is 1 billion to the meter. Okay? Very small. Now, sorry. Let me see if I can get a better picture than that for you, bigger. Now, they are saying that in the next 2 or 3 years, actually, not very far, that we're going to be seeing this sort of thing. Now, this is your blood. Do you know what this thing is called in English?
Red blood cell.
Good, a red blood cell, RBC. What do red blood cells do? What do they carry?
They carry oxygen.
Correct, oxygen. So, now, we are saying that very soon we'll have nanomachines to repair our blood cells. So this is a nanomachine. And a red blood cell is very small, takes a microscope to see it. So look at the size of this machine. It's the size of 1 red blood cell. So these machines are very, very small. They already exist. They're using DNA strands to bioengineer things in your body. So they use DNA strands, small strands of DNA, to bioengineer things in your body. So it is no longer science fiction, it's real. So in your lifetime, this may save your life one day. You might get cancer. They'll put these little machines into you, it will kill the cancers. So there's a lot of exciting things coming if we don't blow ourselves up in the meantime. Now, Chenny Chen, can you tell me what genomics is?
Hello. One more time.
What is genomics?
Genomic.
If you like, what is a genome? Have you got a genome?
A part of your body.
Yes, what part? It begins with D and ends in A.
DNA.
Correct. DNA is concerned with your genome. Your genome is, if you like, your DNA pattern. Now, is your DNA pattern the same as mine, Chen? Is your DNA pattern the same as mine?
Different.
Yeah, just, it's a little bit different. But like fingerprints, it's the DNA print, if you like, is unique. That's how they catch criminals. They use the DNA match. So these lines give you a DNA print, if you like. Now, genomics is using DNA to bioengineer. Actually, it's changing your DNA. So now, you've got DNA, I've got DNA. What else has DNA? Not who else, but what else?
Every life. Yeah.
Correct. Every living thing on Earth. So even Emily's got DNA. Is she alive? Yes. Anyway, so if you change DNA, what could happen?
If you change DNA, you will be strong. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, you cause a mutation. It may be better. It can also be worse. So it could kill you or make you a monster. So they have to be very careful about changing DNA, but they're doing it. So in crops, they make them resistant to insects. So we're going to need more food. So they bioengineer crops and trees to make better crops, better trees, stronger humans. So all this is coming in the next 50 years. Probably before my time, but by the end of your life, you'll be seeing all these genomics. That's all genomics, is changing DNA. And they're hoping to use these to transform biomass, all these crops, into high-value products. High value means money. So, in other words, energy. They're looking to make energy from all these things. Now, impact. This is the last slide. The greatest storehouses of terrestrial and aquatic biomass, terrestrial is earth, aquatic is water, are located across the global south. So in other words, if you have A globe. Kevin, what is a globe? Kevin, what's a globe? Eh,
我怎么解释啊？可是我不知道怎么解释啊。就说20就好了吗？whole world.
yeah, whole world.
Yeah.
Now, what shape is it?
Now, what shape is it?
Shit.
No, round
circle.
round is
No.
2D.
Round is 2D.
Two-dimensional. You need three-dimensional. So what is a three-dimensional circle called?
Three-dimensional circle called?
Globe.
No.
Right?
Well, yes, but I want another word.
Yes, but I want another word.
Sphere.
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 Now, they're saying the global south.
They're saying the global south.
What are the 4 points of the compass?
North is south, west.
Right. So what's at the top?
Right. So what's at the top?
South, north, east, or west?
North.
North. What's at the bottom?
What's at the bottom?
Arctic.
No. North, south, east, or west?
No. North, south, east, or west?
South.
What's on the left?
What's on the left?
West.
Good. East. All right. Now, it's talking about the global south.
Talking about the global south.
So it's the countries down
So
here.
the countries down here.
Now, give me an example of some countries which are in the global south. So what's the country right down here at the bottom? You know? Or the continent? It's very cold and it's got
Very cold.
it's got penguins in it.
It's got penguins in it.
I don't know.
Do you know where Antarctica is, Kevin?
Yes.
Right. Do whales migrate across Antarctica?
Migrate across Antarctica.
然后
Do whales migrate across
maybe-
Antarctica?
Migrate across Antarctica.
maybe yes 吧。
They swim in the ocean, not walk across land. Antarctica is a continent. It's land. Whales can't land. Anyway, so in the global south, you've got South America, you've got New Zealand, you've got Australia, you've got Africa. Now, most of these places, not all, but there's peasant farm. They're safeguarded, they're occupied, they're held by peasant farmers, livestock keepers, fishers, forest dwellers whose livelihoods depend on them. Now, you know what a farmer is? A peasant farmer is a poor farmer. They haven't got much money. So there's many peasant farmers in China. Livestock keepers. What's livestock, Kevin?
Five. That's that. The race animal.
Yes, that's correct. And what's fish?
Fish. Fisherman.
That's right, fishermen. They catch fish. Fish are in the sea. What are forest dwellers?
Living in forest.
That's correct. What's a livelihood? Really? Last word, what's livelihood?
And they living depend that.
That's right. So it's what makes them their money. So forests, fishers, cattle, peasants, they all get money from this, and that they buy food with it. So their livelihood, their lives depend on food and money. So this is what. Now those people, at the moment, that's where all the biomass is. So most of the farming in the world goes on in the southern hemisphere, the southern part of the globe. Kevin, would you like to be a farmer?
What?
Would you like to be a farmer?
No.
Why not?
No.
I think you make an excellent farmer.
It might be very tired.
It will be very. All right, thank you, Kevin. So most of the biomass is held by all these people. Now this group, ETC, they're a big company. They warn that the bioeconomy, in other words, the economy that depends on the biomass, will spur, that means will cause, even greater convergence of corporate power and unleash the most massive resource grab in more than 500 years. Now, this word convergence, there is convergence and divergence. As you come in, this is convergence. As you go out, so where you widen, that's called divergence. So convergence is becoming narrow. So convergence of corporate power. Jerry, what does that mean?
Hi.
Convergence of corporate power.
Convergence of corporate power. I think.我在查。 concentrate the corporate power. Yeah.
That's right. So all these corporate power, company power, all these big companies are going to come together. They're going to make one big group. So if something converges, it means it's coming together to one. So they're going to come together. So the bioeconomy will cause all these big companies, and unleash means cause. Unleash means make something happen. Unleash the most massive resource grab in more than 500 years. What do you think resource grab means? What does grab mean, first of all? If I grab you, what do I do?
You will get something.
Yeah. So what's a resource grab?
You tightly hold something.
Correct. So these companies, why do you think they want to? Why do they want green resources? What are they going to grab them for? What reason?
Because they are greedy.
Correct. And they want money.
Yes.
So these corporate biomasters, these big people buying up the land and so on, they want to commodify nature on an unprecedented scale. What is a commodity? Actually, thank you, Jerry. Bug. Wakey wakey.
Hello.
Bug, what is a commodity?
To make it into a goods.
Yeah, to make it into goods, like something you want to buy. Now, if you commodify nature, commodify is the verb, to commodify, to turn it into a product, or if you like, a commodity. So to commodify means to turn this into a product. Now, what do they mean by commodify nature? So we've talked about, up to now, there's biomass, so there's crops and trees and everything in biomass. So what do you think commodify nature on an unprecedented scale? Unprecedented means never happened before. Scale is a big scale or a small. So an unprecedented scale means they're massive scale, a huge. So what does commodify nature on an unprecedented scale mean?
Big. Yeah, they they commodify the nature in a very big scale.
Yeah, they're gonna modify it. They're gonna turn it into oil. And oil means money. So they're going to destroy biodiversity. What's biodiversity? Actually, thank you, Bug. Rex, what is biodiversity?
Hello.
Hello.
It means that there are many animals or many pets.
Correct. And so if they destroy, they don't want too much. They just want biomass. So they don't care about the rest. So they'll destroy biodiversity. They'll kill all the animals and just have the ones that make oil, and displace marginalized people. What is a marginalized people?
It means that some people that is maybe alone.
Yeah, they're alone. They're not part. Now all these people, peasant farmers, fishermen, forest dwellers. Would you like to live in a forest, Rex?
Maybe no.
No. So they're marginalized. They're already living in the forest, and that's not a good place to live. There's not much future. Fishermen don't have much money. Farmers, peasant farmers at least, they're living a hard life. So if these companies have their way, they'll just get rid of all these people. They'll just have big farms making biomass. Pearl, can we have a little break? I think everybody needs it, including me.
It's a very serious article. Okay, why don't we take a break?
Yes, I know. Just leave those for another. So about 5-10 minutes, okay? Okay. Just the last two paragraphs. So previously, the south is where all this biomass is. All these people are poor people. And the bioeconomy is going to cause these corporate power people to grab resources in this area, the south. And they're just going to get rid of all these people, marginalized people without much money and no homes. And they're going to get rid of any biodiversity. So they're going to make everything the same. All they want are crops and trees that we talked about that are going to produce energy. So the demand for food, feed, and other forms of plant-derived biomass, as well as for strategic resources such as minerals and timber, is driving the international land grab. So there's two things driving this land grab, this demand for land. One is all these biomass. The second is resources, strategic resources such as mineral and timber. Strategic means important. And control of water resources is another major driver. Alan.
Hello.
Why is this control of water resources is another major driver? Why? Or, well, first of all, put it in your words. What does that sentence mean?
Because water is important.
What do you mean? Yes, it's important. How or why?
Everyone needs water.
Because?
Because everyone needs water.
Because why?
And it's everybody needs water to survive, and it's also a energy resource.
Right. Now it says control of water resources will drive a land grab. What does that mean? Why is control of water important? Well, you've told me because You can't have life without it. So, who controls oil at the moment?
Pardon? Sorry.
Who controls oil resources? So what area of the world controls oil resources at the moment?
Middle East.
That's right. Will the Middle East ever control water resources?
No.
No, because?
Because there's no water there.
That's right. They're all deserts. So that's good. So by the time you're my age, there'll be no more oil. There'll be too many people. And water will be very important. And do you think Taiwan will be okay for water?
Yes, it's okay. Yes.
Yeah, it rains all the time.
Yeah.
So as long as you farm your water. What does that mean? Farm your water.
Keep our water and yes, keep our water.
What is a reservoir?
Oh, water is a reservoir. What?
Do you have reservoirs in Taiwan?
Yes, a lot.
Okay. Yeah. In New Zealand and Australia, we have a lot of places where... just a minute. What do you call this?
Well, 这是水库啊，没关系，排水口。
Dam.
Right. How does it produce electricity?
The falling of the water. The falling of the water.
它是物质。
怎么样可以产生电力啊？
The falling of the water.
That's right. They drive turbines. Turbines produce electricity. Now, what do they call? What sort of electricity is that?
Water power.
No, hydropower or hydroelectricity. Hydro is water. So, do Taiwan have this? Do you have hydroelectricity?
Yes.
Right. Do you have nuclear power in Taiwan?
Yes.
Do you? Interesting. We don't have it in Australia. It's banned. They say. Yeah. Anyway, so all these
So you don't,
things
Nicholas,
will
you
drop.
don't have
Before I
nuclear
go,
power.
yes? No.
You
no,
don't have
there's a
nuclear
policy
power.
not to.
And okay, then will you? Do you have enough electricity?
Yes, at the moment.
For summer?
We have the sun.
Okay. You have the sun.
Solar
You use sun power,
electricity.
solar power.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, at the moment,
But-
coal power.
Coal power. Okay. But coal
Coal.
power will coal will produce air pollution. And for solar power,
Correct.
you don't have enough summer. You don't have enough sunshine days.
We do actually. In the middle of Australia,
You have desert.
remember the whole thing's desert. That's right. So they're going to put massive solar power stations
Have
to supply
or
the whole
will
of
they?
Australia. Will
Have they? Oh, they will do that. Okay.
eventually.
That's good.
They're going to get rid of coal, put in solar by 2030.
Okay.
That's the idea.
Okay. And you're going to sell all the coal to China.
Yes. They also sell uranium.
To China.
They've got the highest uranium, to China, India, so on. Well, to Taiwan as well, I think.
The air pollution will also influence Taiwan. When I was in China, there's never a blue sky. It's all very gray. Yeah.
Mm.
And we are heavily infected by them.
2 children now per family. Okay, so quickly to finish this. This demand for all these food sources and the strategic resources and water will all control this land grab. Now, those surveys are not exhaustive. An estimated 80 million hectares of land across the global south have been targeted by international investors. That's quite a lot of land. It's many times bigger than Taiwan, this. I don't know how big, but it's a lot of land. So 2/3 of the land deals are taking place in sub-Saharan Africa. Now, if you look at Africa, there is a desert called the Sahara Desert. So it means Africa below the Sahara Desert. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to show this. It's not very good, but it's the best I can find. Oh dear. These images used to be big when you copied them, and now they've made them small so people like me can't use them without taking another picture. Okay. Joe. Hello. What continent is that?
Africa.
Right. Do you know where the Sahara Desert is, north or south?
No.
Right, it's up here. So, sub-Saharan means that Africa below this area, okay? Now, if I ask you to describe Africa, Joe, how do you describe it?
Poor.
Port good. What else? Other words?
Many black men.
Correct. And women.
And
What else?
diamonds.
Yes, where are the diamonds? What
South Africa.
correct, South Africa mainly. Are they controlled by black men? Huh? Are diamonds
No,
controlled by black Africans?
I think it is white people.
Correct. It's white South Africans only because they lost a lot of money. And yeah, poor black people is a good, and it's hot. It's dry, and there's wild animals. So Africa has a stereotype. Anyway, so these surveys, about 50 to 8 million hectares are targeted by international events, and 2/3 of the land deals are taking place in sub-Saharan Africa as of 2006. So 1%. Now, do you know what arable land means, Joe? Arable? Or can you guess?
The land that can be used to grow plants.
Correct. So arable land is land that has water. Yes, healthy, and it can be used, well, in this case, to grow biofuel like trees and crops. Now, at the moment, 1% of arable land in the world is being used for this. Now, by 2030, 54 million hectares, 3.8%, will be used for biofuel. But so in the next 15 years, there's going to be an increase of almost 3 times or 2.5 times the amount of land switched over to biofuel production. Daniel.
Hello.
Why are these people switching to biofuel? Or why are these big companies switching across to make biofuel? What's the reason?
Because they can only use land, they have no choice.
They do have a choice, but they won't. Yes, they have to be competitive, but what is profit? What's profit?
Profit.
Yeah, profit.
They can make a lot of money.
That's yeah. So big. That's the whole problem. Companies want to make money. And is there going to be money in biofuel production?
Yes.
Yes, that's right. So, so why does the world need biofuel? So what reason do we need biofuel? Because
they have one day we don't have any oil or fuel can use.
That's right. Oil is running out. Also, there's a problem with terrorism and ISIS, and they could control oil very soon. I don't think America will let them, but at the moment, all these crazy terrorists could cause problems. Thank you, Daniel. Okay. Any questions on that, Pearl?
Nicholas, you think the Middle East country is buying forest? Because, someday they will run out of gas, the oil in their country, and they need other alternatives. So it's really,
they don't seem
it's
to be
really
doing
logical
much.
they should buy forest.
But the money is controlled by rich families, and they have invested in America, but not in land. I don't think no land in Australia is owned by the Middle East. The Chinese have bought land in Australia. They have farms here. So the Chinese have bought
Are you
big
worried?
farms in Australia. They can't do it any longer.
Are you worried? Yeah, but they
yes,
have
I am.
already, for those who have already have them, right? You cannot do anything about them.
Well, they could throw them out, but they wouldn't be very happy. And also, we have that free trade agreement now.
Yeah, right.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, right. But,
I think the best way, Nicholas, is you try to westernize those Chinese men. Turn them into you people. Change their philosophy.
They're doing that by themselves.
I think they are greedy because they are insecure. They just want more
Very
money,
much so.
more money.
Don't we all? I wish I could have more money. I haven't got much. Okay. Now, Pearl,
So you want to
somebody
talk about the
call me, I
midterm?
can't-
Yeah.
I
Oh,
haven't-
okay.
Can I do it
You want
first?
someone?
I'll do it first thing next week.
Oh, not today? Okay, we have
Not
few
today.
minutes. Okay, but
So
don't you
pick
want to talk
somebody
about
to describe that.
now? Okay.
Yes.
Dylan, do this one. Let Dylan. How about Dylan do this one?
Okay.
Describe it. 描述这个 picture. Yeah, Dylan just woke up.
Wakey, Dylan. Sorry to disturb you.
描述他。
描述这个影片，描述这张照片嘛 ？What happened here？ 在喂他们吃东西吧，猫也。怎么讲？
怎么描述？
Alice, we will turn to Alice. Who is Alice? Alice Lee.
All right.
Nicholas, I'm calling upon those sleeping chat. How about Alice Lynn?
All right. That'll be good.
Alice? Nicholas wants to say.
Hello.
Describe this picture.
Hello, Alice.
Okay.
You have a nice
There
sleep.
is. No.
Alice, tell me about
I'm
this.
tired. Okay. There is a little girl sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
And there is a cat and many
Yeah.
birds.
What sort of bird?
A carrot.
Good. Parrot.
Carrot.
And parrot, not carrot.
A parrot. And the parrots are red and blue.
Correct. What do they do?
And they sit on eating or they are eating.
Now,
Yeah,
what's
they.
unusual about this scene?
And or they seem to get along.
Correct. What would a cat normally do?
Um, eat. A cat don't like birds.
Well, they like birds for food, yeah, but they don't normally get along.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
nobody's told them they should eat each other.
Huh?
So they're just getting along. We see this quite a lot in Australia. If a cat tries to attack one of the birds, all the birds
And they
will
will
attack
fly away. Yes.
So, because I have my cat, we live next to a park, and if the cat tries to catch the bird, all the birds come and attack it and drive it away.
Oh.
So it's quite interesting.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
thank you, Alice.
You're welcome.
One more, Pearl.
This one. Sylvia.
Nobody?
Hi. Hi.
Hello, Sylvia.
It's
What's the name of the bird?
eagle.
Correct. What's the name of the dog? You know?
Dog.
Yeah. See, it's called an Alsatian. Or German Shepherd. So what's happening?
What?
Yeah, what is happening?
They are argue.
Yes. Who's winning?
I think it's 不相上下。
互相看一下。
哎。They are equal.
They're probably equal. It's quite interesting. I don't know what this is. I don't know whether it's the eagle's tied up.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm not sure. But it may be tied to the ground because that looks like it's got something on its legs. So the dog may be attacking it or something. Yeah. Eagles can be quite nasty. They've got big beaks. So they need to be careful. Okay. Thank you. All right.
Okay.
Have a nice week.
Yeah. Have a nice week. Okay, we can call it a day. Thank you.
Yep. Bye-bye, Phil. Have a good week. I'll see you next week.